Penguin presents TimeRiders, The Infinity Cage by Alex Scarrow, read by Trevor White.
I'm just a kid. I got a choice at the end of my life and
Prologue, 2044, Chicago. Waldstein stared out through the wire mesh of the displacement cage. In the dimly lit space of the abandoned warehouse, he could see the first two rows of the plastic bucket chairs he'd set out and, sitting on them, the tech journalists he'd personally invited to attend tonight's demonstration. Wide-eyed and utterly bewildered by his presentation thus far. All of them. They think I'm insane. Worse than that, he suspected they thought he'd invited them here this evening to witness some crazy old loon fry himself in his own electric cage. There seemed to be a lot of loons these days. Like the woman who'd invited several digi-networks to film her setting herself on fire for world peace. As the power generator beside his cage began to hum with a build-up of stored energy, getting ready to discharge itself and electrify the entire mesh, his eyes met one of them, a female journalist. She was shaking her head frantically, mouthing, "Don't do this. Please, for God's sake, don't do this." He smiled at her. "I'm going to be fine," he called out. But his words were lost beneath the increasing hum and the growing murmur of concern and disquiet among the small audience. "I'm going home. I'm going to see them again." The countdown on his watch reached 0, and the building hum from the generator suddenly became a crackling discharge. Sparks showered around the cage, cascading down onto him from the mesh roof above, stinging his cheeks, his hands, his neck. "I'm going home." Home. Home. To that morning, February 18th, 2028. To that precious breakfast time. A low winter sun streaming into their small kitchen through a fogged window, piercing its way through a half-drawn Venetian blind, dancing dust motes trapped in shafts of light, and a small table for three striped by ladder lines of light and shadow. A twist of steam from a teapot spout, curling lazily in the sun. A haze of tangy toast smoke hanging like swamp mist above them. Gabriel's contented chuckling as he sucked on a plastic spoon. In the background, a digi-news station waffling about a troubled world. A world so far away from this, their cozy little family bubble. He remembered that last time together. Eleanor had pushed the kitchen stool back and got up, finishing the dregs of her tea, lifted their son from his booster chair and wiped away the smear of food from his cheeks. "I'm running so late, Ro," she'd said. "I've really got to scoot." And that was it, pretty much. Their final, precious moment. The last time he'd seen his son alive and the last few words he was ever going to exchange with his wife. And, Christ, what had he said? Something loving, something profound, something poetic, gentle, intimate? No. "Don't forget, we're completely out of soya milk." Had he even bothered to look up from the physics paper he was reading? No, he didn't think so. She'd leaned over and planted a kiss on his rumpled forehead. "You need a cut, by the way? Your hair's looking wild and woolly again." She turned with Gabriel on her hip, who was burbling his version of, "Goodbye, Daddy, I'm off to play school." She'd stood in the doorway, turned, and smiled at him. "Don't stay in all day, Ro. It's lovely out there. Get some daylight. Feel a bit of sun on your face, okay?" Then she was gone. Now Waldstein felt the hairs all over his arms lifting. His same wild hair, even wilder.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?